Good day, all you people out there. This is your host, Cora Dive, bringing you another mythology lesson. Today, we are going to be talking about heraldry and the making of crests. The heraldry was first created in order to help tell who is beneath layers of armor. After all, you would not want to accidentally kill a knight that was really your neighbor. Emblems of geometric shapes, as well as more recognizable birds, beasts, and symbols, were used to decorate shields. Now, those shields not only offered protection, but identification as well. The shields offered big, flat surfaces that were perfect for painting designs on. Shields then became a medieval version of a driver's license. Although you couldn't see a knight's face, it was possible to tell the morals and the way that their family acted through identifying colors and symbols on their shields. Heraldry fully developed not on the battlefield, but within tournaments. Tournaments were like our present day ESPN, when the nobility, or athletes in our case, competed. Since the peasantry who watched these games were unable to read the scoreboards like sports fans do present day, heraldry was developed to identify these knights based on their shield design. So think crest. You're recognizing your knights. You can't tell your nights from a day unless you know their crests. Now, what was involved in those designs, those crest designs? Well, you had your colors. The most common ones that you would see were gold, which represented wealth and generosity, silver and white, peace and purity, blue, which was a rare color, truth and loyalty, green, wisdom, joy, and hope, red, which could be militant because it's a representation of blood, fortitude, and passion. Black. It could be a representation of secrets and of grief and of night because of darkness. And purple, which was extremely rare at this time, which was the color of royalty and dignification. You are very likely only going to see purple with your kings and queens and the upper echelon, very likely with blue as well. Now on to your shapes. You might see geometric shapes, but very likely you're going to see at least one animal. And these were some of the most common. You would have your unicorn, which represented purity, Christ, and innocence. A griffin, which represented wisdom. A phoenix, which represented life and survival, because phoenixes would rise again in their rebirth. The dragons, which were considered very fierce opponents. The boar, they were symbols of perseverance and, frankly, stubbornness. The stag, these were symbols of people who tended to have fairly long fuses. They were peaceful until they were provoked. Then they weren't necessarily nice people. The wolf, social, hunt in packs. These may represent families that were very tightly knit. Sometimes they also represented lone wolves. Lions. The lion as well represented Christ, also represented bravery. The eagle represented nobility, power, and strength. Sometimes it also represented farsight, because eagles do have excellent sight. The bear, protector, and again, tight family, generally as head of family. Dove, peaceful, pure. The fox, this says tricky opponent, and they could be. Also, witty, because foxes can be very resourceful and very smart and cunning. Swan, musical, poetic, artistic. Tortoise, steady, invulnerable. You know, they are armored tanks. The spider, hardworking, wise. The goat, rule breaker, defiant. And one I do not see on here, which I have seen on crests, the falcon. Also with their speed and with their excellent vision. And with this particular assignment, you were to create your own crest, or try to recreate your crest if you already knew you had one.